This to our midweek technical analysis video. So jumping straight into things here, not from where we last left off, as it has been a while. What I'm going to do throughout this video is I'm going to go over the entirety of price action, sort of since last week, really. So start of week last week. So if you remember from our previous points of our previous technical analysis, we've always spoken about this key level of 5,000, and the reason for it being a key level is that psychological level. Okay, the gold for an ounce is now worth over $5,000. Gold is now worth less than $5,000. It's that psychological level, and it definitely had an impact on traders and investors whilst the price was in and around this level. We also spoke about anything above this level we would accept as a bullish market, and anything below it we would accept as a bearish market. As you can see, the only time since sort of establishing this level, after we noticed that price had continued to test this level as both a support and resistance, the only time that we've seen this level broken since price created these new highs is here. And as you can see, once price significantly broke through it, broke through that level of 5,000, and then it continued to give us that secondary confirmation of the break of this point of interest here of around 4,963, we knew that we would see a continuation of bearish momentum. And as you can see, we did in fact see that, with price getting very close to the 3,000 mark again. So that just indicates to us that that level was a very key psychological level, simply just based on the number. Of course, there is some price action and candlestick confirmation that goes along with it. However, it is definitely going to be a level that we're going to keep in and potentially look at in the future. So the next thing, not sure what I just done there. What the? Okay. The next thing that I would like to do now is I would like to copy this level. That is not what I'm trying to do. Bear with me. Here we go. So I'd like to copy this level, and what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to just draw this down to our level of 4,000, as I believe that's the next psychological number that will have an effect on price. We can go back into the future and just see how price did react off of this level previously. You can see that price has projected off of this level as both a resistance and support, so we have somewhat of a price action confirmation. But we'll keep that in there just in case we do see a bearish continuation. But like we said, we saw bearish momentum carrying price all the way down to around 4,100, and then we have since sort of seen a change of character. The reason why I call it a change of character is because you can see these lower lows and lower highs created, lower lows and lower highs, until we get that change of character and a break of structure of that previous lower high, and price creates a higher high and then a higher low, and prices continue in this structure now, and it definitely does look like we are potentially going to see some bulls enter back within the market. If we go to our 4-hour time frame, you can see a rough head and shoulders pattern forming here, with our left shoulder and our head now formed, and we could potentially see a head and shoulders pattern take place, but we'll have to see what happens throughout the next week or so. But with where price is currently testing, price has pushed above one of our points of interest of around 4,540. If we are to see price continue to respect this level as a support, you can see on the lower time frames we have a few more levels here. So at the moment we are sort of testing between the ranges of 4,525 and the resistance of around 4,580, with our middle pivotal point being this level here at 4,550. Sorry. So what we'll be looking for is we'll be looking for that level of around 4,525 to hold price up, as you can see has happened here, and here. You can see that price has come down to this level and then instantly rejected off, and you can also see prices continuing to respect this in the middle pivotal point. However, what we will continue to look at is price action on the higher time frames, i.e. hour 1, and just to sort of see what happens. So there's a couple of scenarios that we could potentially see. The first scenario is price continues to respect this level of 4,540, and we see a break above this previous high, and price pushes up to our next point of interest. That will be our first confirmation that we are going to see potentially this bearish move recover and price push back above that level of 5,000. Second opportunity, or second possible move that could take place is we could see price fail at this level at some point and continue on bearish. If we see a bearish continuation and price ends up breaking through sort of around this level here, around 4,470, if we see that take place, we'll expect price to hold up at around here, and if price doesn't hold at this level, then we're definitely going to expect price to push closer to that next psychological level of 4,000. With that being said, that's pretty much it for our midweek technical analysis. Overall, this week so far, sort of market opened up, continuing that overall bearish move, pushed us all the way down to a low that we haven't seen in quite some time, and then sort of throughout the New York session, sort of London session, New York session on Monday, all the way through to the Asian session, we saw bullish momentum, and then the same sort of thing for Tuesday, a slow start really, but we saw bullish momentum inside that Asian session, and then throughout today we have just seen lower time frame consolidation, so lower volume within the markets, less volatility, and it does look like gold is starting to stabilize itself somewhat. But obviously we are looking at the hour 1 time frame. If you look at the daily time frame, you can see how significant this bearish drop has been, and we have just created a lower low, with the next push up potentially just simply being a lower high, but we will have to see, like I said, as the week goes on. So yeah, that's pretty much it for our midweek technical analysis. I will say one thing: apologies for the lack of videos. You get busy in life, things happen, but we are back, and I will tell you one thing: I am glad to be back. It feels nice to be back in the charts properly and talking to you guys. As always, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Let me know in the comments below how you're finding our signals at the moment, how you're finding these videos, if there's any specific videos that you would like to potentially see in the future. Just let us know any feedback that you have below. We will appreciate it more than you can imagine. But yeah, that's going to be our midweek technical analysis video, and I will catch you in our post-week market review.